Hello, this is Domen from Phasio, and today I would like to share with you what's new at Phasio in May 2026. So this is our dashboard, and one of the things we did is the token expiry has been extended, so no more logging in during your sessions. Additional feature that I really like is the super search on top of here. You can search for the part, you can search for different files, quotes, orders, customers. So make sure to give it a try. Another new thing, as you can see in the dashboard, in the analytics part, is besides quotes and orders, you can now also see the analytics for cards. And this is something that gives you a good understanding of your storefront visitors. And if we go on the left side, under the cards, you can see all of the cards that were submitted in your storefront. And this gives you an opportunity to see how customers or potential customers are actually working with your storefront, what they are, let's say, what the orders they're investigating and stuff like that. And the good thing is we have added also the webhook for card created, which gives you opportunity to integrate with your like external emails and stuff like that. But the good thing is we can go inside a quote, and here we see the part that was uploaded, the pricing and everything, and we can, with a one click of create quote, create a quote. While you might see that it not changed dramatically, but what you can see here under the expenses, we can now add expenses, let's say manual polishing. It's a fixed price, but let's say we have 3 passes. We will calculate each pass with 15 euros, and this adds it quantity-based expenses directly on your quote. You will see that under the shipping, we have updated that as well. Under the delivery, selecting the address, you can select the shipping rate, and then you can override it with a custom rate. Let's say you know that the packaging will be much bigger, and then you can also set the deadline for the dispatch, and you can create a quote. One thing that I would like to add is we have updated our 3D thumbnail viewer. So wherever you see this type of thumbnail, you can click on it and it will open a 3D viewer, which you can then look at the part. So now if we go onto the customer side, you will see that we have added and changed quite some things. Now what you can do here is you can change the pricing, let's say the payment terms. So if we go from pro forma to account, you can define like 30-day net payment or 60-day on the customer, and be sure to click save. One thing that is important, this also works with the accounting integrations. Additionally, we have now moved the tax ID field inside the addresses, because sometimes you can have one customer with multiple addresses and each address has its own tax ID. And this is why the tax ID is now moved in here. And one additional thing, we can now set certain addresses to be like default as a billing or default as a shipping addresses. And this is so that it's very clear for your team how to handle the orders. Okay, so there is one more feature that we really believe will resonate strong with most of the manufacturers, and it's called review required. So how does that look like? The easiest way to get explanation is to go down here into the documentation under the, okay, let me just move this. Under the processes, you have review required pricing, and it gives you all the options that you have. But what it actually does, if you enable review required inside your processes or post processes, you can effectively define rules when the price will be hidden from the customer in the storefront, and they will be able to put their order in your review. So basically you will review it and then you will release it or not, or you can change the pricing then. So how that looks like inside your storefront, it's something like this. You can see here This is all visible to the customers. You have manufacturing, dyeing, vapor smoothing. But let's say, for instance, I decide I will go different technology, and I have here the painting. And you see here, review required. And if I check out, you will see this quote must be approved for purchasing, and I submit it for review. Okay, perfect. Now I go into my, let's say, quotes. Oh, you can see here, it's quote 11. Okay, approved for purchase. And because it's the part was flagged by review required, you see this yellow icon here. And if you approve it for purchase, let's say you're happy how it looks like, you go back in here, let me hit refresh. And now you can see the customer has now an option to place an order. So for all of the factory floor users, there have been two updates quite relevant for you. One option is now for you, if you go into the workstations and you go to edit them, you can now turn on the notify on order completed. This is your internal notifications, and you can also select the overproduction. So it means you can produce more parts than they're actually scheduled for production. And this is okay if you know you have some, let's say, difficult geometries where you know you will have some scrap rate. And while we're talking about the scrap rate, I will show you something very interesting. If you go into the backlog, let's say I have a couple of parts inside the cooling after the printing. Let's open it. Okay, so while you see these parts need a bit of fixing, they're not okay, you might want to scrap all of them, and you can do that easily, and you schedule the replacement and provide a reason. The reason might be either the walls are too thin or something else, and you can scrap the total volume. Okay, so we have gone through a lot of new features or improvements on the platform. There are a couple of things that I still want to show you. One of them would be under the integrations. We have added a lot more, so we have now also Odoo, Comatic, and Phasio as a potential integration. So it's not only accounting but also the ERP systems. We have also improved the step file upload stability, and we have actually on the storefront added a bit of differentiation. So you see the price breakdown on manufacturing and then all the post-processing options. And that same thing you can then also see on the quoting side. This is just to give your customers and you a bit more clarity, right? So more or less what you can also use if you're using the accounting systems, we can now introduce and show the accounting system like estimate numbers and stuff on the Phasio documents, which means you have now a complete integration that is cross-referenced through all the production, and you always know what you have inside your ERP and inside your production floor. So this is a wrap up what we've done in May. Reach out with some feedback. You can always ping us with the in-app support with the chat, sending us an email on the support at getphasio.io. And look out for more, because we will publish a new video in June with all the updates we are preparing there. And trust me, a lot of things are coming. So stay tuned, follow this channel and subscribe. Thank you, and talk soon. Bye.